Driving. It is the most popular method of transportation, and rightly so. While being simple and time-saving, driving is almost quite dangerous. Have you ever stopped to think about what might happen if you lose control of your car? Just for one moment, you stop paying attention to your surroundings. Pick up speed and you don't notice a pedestrian crossing the road in front of you. Studies have shown that 10% of accidents where the car was going 30 kilometers per hour were fatal. This accident, if not fatal, will leave this teen with very serious physical injuries and likely a mental impairment such as PTSD. A study showed that 20% hit by a car going 10 kilometers per hour were seriously injured. These statistics are correct for adults. Imagine what might happen to a child. What do you think of this or feel?
That is not surprising actually, because myself, I've seen people drive quite quickly on that road. People are late, or society is just so busy. We're always meant to be rushing around. So going 15K is quite slow when you're actually driving it, and you have to be very conscious all the time.
Well, being the father of 4 children, if I think about a child and the damage it would do to them, that's pretty scary.
Globally, road traffic injuries are the leading cause of death in 10 to 19-year-olds, which is the average age group of residents in BCS. Additionally, physiological injuries are so common among car pedestrian accidents, and no one wants to be the reason that someone is now suffering from brain trauma. Do you know how fast you need to drive to kill someone?
Maybe 25 kilometers an hour?
I used to work for a doctor, and I know that a car doesn't need to be going really fast at all to kill someone, probably like 10 kilometers an hour.
Would you drive through a crowded neighborhood pushing your speed with children playing obliviously on the side of roads? It's not something that you would do. So how is the Brentwood campus any different? BCS is not just a school but a home for many students and families with young children. We totaled the speed that cars drive through the campus, and 75% sped through the grounds at an average speed of 19.25 kilometers per hour. That is more than enough to cause serious damage should you round a bend and hit anyone. Young children are at a greater risk of pedestrian injuries as they have not developed the cognitive and physical skills to cope with traffic. Our physics class measured 20 cars and gathered their velocities in BCS. The average speed was 19.25 kilometers per hour. What are your thoughts on this information?
Knowing how many really small children there are on campus, I'm thinking particularly of, like the Headquist's apartment that has that weird hedge right on a corner. That's pretty freaky. I don't like that at all.
I think it's slightly over the speed limit, but I think it's lower than it used to be. I'm not surprised to hear that it's over the speed limit, though of course I worry about the safety.
What do you believe the school speed limit in BCS is?
15 kilometers per hour.
Brentwood College School speed limit is 15 kilometers an hour.
I think it's 15 kilometers an hour.
I think it's 15 kilometers an hour.
As a cry for awareness to staff, parents, and students, we must follow this regulation of 15 kilometers per hour to avoid the chance of children like Niall and McCormack that could be injured severely or killed. Even if you're going at 40 kilometers per hour, there is still a 40% chance of fatality. So listen to the sign. By reducing your speed, you are in far more control of your car and are much more aware of your surroundings. So slow down. You just might save a life.